What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the full breakdown for the up and coming week. This week marks week 11 of Season of the Witch. We have a breakdown of the Crota raid challenge, all the featured raid and dungeon content, the exotic mission, the weekly rituals, and even the Lost Sector calendar. There's so much to get through, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 11 of Season of the Witch, and with that we get the final week of the Festival of the Lost event. If you're still working your way through some of the challenges and your event card, or you're still looking to farm out as many mementos as you possibly can before the end of the Halloween event, then this is your final week to do so. And remember, whilst you can still only hold one memento in your inventory, it is possible to push them into your postmaster, so you can carry an extra few past this event, therefore allowing you to apply it to future weapons, either those from season 23, or if you can hold on long enough, even the final shape. Have you managed to earn your Ghostwriter seal or even gild it in this year's event? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Now, alongside the final week of Festival of the Lost, we have a new raid challenge over in Crota's End, and this is called Equal Vessels. This takes place over in the Ear-Ute encounter, and all 6 players must rotate their Chalice of Light buff in the same order throughout the entire fight. Now, to simplify this challenge, you can rotate the Chalice through each Guardian at least once per DPS phase. This will help you easily keep track of who needs it and when. Now, a few things to remember is that not every player has to become enlightened, they simply need to hold the Chalice of Light. Therefore, when you need to, if you need to quickly rotate it between players, you simply need to hand it off in the quickest time possible. On top of that, once you have enough enlightened players and you've completed the rotation, then the last Guardian with the Chalice can dunk that into the lower pedestal. This will bank the Chalice, pausing the rotation, which will therefore help the entire fire team focus up and prioritize damage when DPS phase gets activated. All in all, a fairly simple challenge, and if you and your fire team can pull it off, you'll get access to an additional raid chest, but also some sweet adept raid loot. Now, whilst on the subject of raids, we're going to move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for week 11. This week's featured raid can be found over in the Vault of Glass, which is the original reprised raid in Destiny 2. Now, alongside being an absolute classic as the featured raid, all the challenges are available, which is ideal if you're looking to seek out specific raid weapons. Now, if you do pull off the challenges on the master difficulty, you will gain access to the time lost versions of these weapons. And further still, if you haven't got your hands on the Vex Mythoclast, which is the incredible exotic weapon available from this raid, then this week will be the perfect chance to farm Atheon, as each and every completion will have a chance to drop this weapon. Vex Mythoclast is getting a juicy buff, so if this isn't a weapon you've got in your collection already, then make sure to jump into the Vault of Glass this week to get your hands on it. Now, when it comes to the featured dungeon, the Prophecy is back. The Prophecy dungeon launched all the way back in Season of Arrivals, but is an absolute fan favourite. On top of that, it has some very unique armor, but also some 9 weapons. Now, once again, some of these weapons are getting a juicy buff in a seasonal sandbox update. So once again, if you haven't got your hands on some of those, then this week is your chance to go pick some up. Now, next up, we're going to move on to the exotic mission Rotator, and the exotic mission featured this week is the Vox Obscura. Now, this is the exotic mission from the Witch Queen expansion, and you will either need to own that DLC or the Season of the Risen in order to access it. Now, throughout this mission and upon completion, you will have a chance to earn weapons and armor from that particular season, including Explosive Personality, the Recurrent Impact, the Under Your Skin, Sweet Sorrow, Thoughtless, and the Peace of Mind. And as for the armor, this is the Tusked Allegiance armor set. Now, if those aren't enough, there's even an exotic weapon in the form of the Dead Messenger, which is now craftable and has even had additional traits added. So whether you're looking to earn the additional traits, or even pick up Dead Messenger for the first time, or farm out some of these incredible weapons which are all craftable, then once again this is a great week to jump into the exotic mission Rotator. Now, next up, we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th Anniversary Pack activity. And alongside the Scatterhorn armor set, we see the return of the Pathfinder armor set from Season of the Lost. So if you missed out on that armor set, this is a great week to complete it for your transmog collection. And as for weapons, we have them from Season of the Lost as well. This includes the Fractathist, Chrysuria Mellow, Vulpecula, Wolftone Draw, Iota Draconis, Canis Major, Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Steel Sybil's Sword Z14, and the Spoiler Alert Sidearm. Once again, if you missed out on some of these weapons, which are still well worth chasing, then this week is the week to do it. And when it comes to Dares of Eternity updates, they can't come soon enough. When will we get weapons and armor from the Black Armory, Bungie? I firmly think the wait has been long enough. What kind of weapons and armor would you like to see though? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Now next we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and we have a returning Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 11. The up and coming Nightfall for the week is the Devil's Lair, which will therefore be the Grandmaster Nightfall for the week. Now the Devil's Lair is a free to play Nightfall strike, so will be available to all players. And on top of that, we have a very desirable weapon available as a Nightfall exclusive reward. The reward for this week is the Warden's Law hand cannon, which was reworked and reintroduced this season into Destiny 2. Now this is only the second time this hand cannon has become available, so it's a great week to do it, especially when it's the Devil's Lair strike. And if you're chasing down the Adept version, which will allow you to apply Adept mods, then make sure to jump into the Grandmaster Challenge. And if you and your fire team can pull off a Platinum Medal by taking out all the champions, then this will guarantee to drop as a Nightfall exclusive reward. Your wait is finally over to go pick up a God Roll Warden's Law if you missed out on it last time, so be sure to make the most of Devil's Lair upon this week's weekly reset. Now moving over to the Crucible, this week we'll see Zone Control Capture alongside Mayhem as featured Crucible Rotators. Now as we mentioned in previous weeks, Bungie has changed up the Crucible Rotator rotation, but regardless of those changes, it's important to remember there are Crucible seasonal challenges often linked to these Crucible modes. So whilst there's no further challenges for Season of the Witch, make sure to go back and check through them, and make sure to jump into the relevant modes and knock out those challenges on your path to a huge pile of bright dust. Now this week will also feature bonus ranks. These can in fact be found over in the Gambit playlist. So if you're new to Destiny and haven't yet earned the Dredgen Seal, or you're looking to guild it for the umpteenth time, or you're just looking for the easiest way to earn the Malediction, or the Gambit Ornament for the ritual weapon for the season, or if you're just like me and haven't done any of your Gambit seasonal challenges and have been waiting for bonus ranks on this mode the entire season, then this is the week to do it. So be sure to get those fire teams together to get that entire list done. Now to round us out for the week, we're going to move on to the Lost Sector calendar. And this week kicks off over in a K1 Communion, and we'll be offering exotic boots. On Wednesday, you can find it over in the K1 Crew Quarters, offering exotic gauntlets. On Thursday, you can head over to the Concealed Void for a shot at exotic chest pieces, with the Bunker E15 returning on Friday, offering up exotic helmets. Over the weekend, we can head back to the Dreaming City and the Bay of Drowned Wishes for a chance at exotic boots, finishing off on Sunday over at the Velis Labyrinth, offering exotic gauntlets. And to round us out the week, we'll be heading over to the Exodus Garden 2A for another chance at those exotic chess pieces. So once again, if you're not engaging with the Festival of the Lost event and Hocus focusing your eerie engrams, then make sure to plan your week accordingly instead using this calendar. And if you want to check out in full for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 11 of Season of the Witch. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.